In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on May 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Orioles versus Boston Red Sox, Game 2. On Friday, the Baltimore Orioles are set to face off against the Boston Red Sox in a doubleheader at Fenway Park, one of the most iconic ballparks in all of baseball. These two teams have battled it out in the American League East over the past few seasons, making for a competitive and often unpredictable rivalry. Over their last 10 meetings, the Red Sox have a slight upper hand, winning 6 of those contests. Earlier in the 2025 season, Boston claimed the opening series between these two teams by winning 2 out of 3 games. When the series shifted to Boston last time, the Red Sox also walked away with another 2-1 series win. Considering that Boston has looked like the more complete and steady team, especially at home, there's plenty of reason to believe they'll come out strong and grab another key win in front of their fans. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the scoring trends, the over has only hit in 4 of the last 10 matchups between these teams, but that doesn't tell the whole story. In their most recent 3-game series earlier this season, the teams combined for 28 total runs, showing that the offenses are capable of putting up big numbers when things get rolling. Both clubs come into this game with a team earned run average north of 4, which adds some fuel to the case for a higher scoring affair. The Orioles, in particular, have been trending toward the over lately. It's hit in 7 of their last 10 games, with their pitching staff giving up an average of 6 runs per game in that span. The Red Sox haven't been as consistent in that department, going 5-5 to the over in their last 10, but they've still allowed 57 runs during that stretch. That's more than enough reason to expect fireworks. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Dodgers versus New York Mets. The Friday night lights are going to burn hot in Queens as the Los Angeles Dodgers, sitting at 31-19, roll into Citi Field to take on the 30-20 New York Mets. This one's not just another regular season game. It's got the feel of something bigger, like a preview of a potential National League Championship Series clash. Both squads have the firepower, no doubt, but it's not all smooth sailing coming into this one. The Mets haven't been on fire lately, dropping 5 of their last 7 games. But to be fair, they just came off a tough road stretch, including a hard-fought series at Fenway against the Red Sox. On the flip side, the Dodgers are looking just as out of sync. They've dropped 4 of their last 6 and got swept by the Crosstown Angels last week, which doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Clayton Kershaw is still shaking off the rust after a long recovery that included 2 surgeries. Last week he got shelled, and with the way the Mets have been playing at home, winning 15 of their last 20 in their own yard, I wouldn't be surprised to see another rough outing for the veteran lefty. Momentum and matchup both lean New York here. Griffin Canning has been steady. The team's won 8 straight with him on the mound. Even if the numbers don't fully pop off the page, he's getting the job done. Meanwhile, Kershaw just doesn't look like himself yet, and that's a bad spot for the Dodgers, especially on the road. Between the Mets' pitching edge, their recent surge at home, and the Dodgers' inconsistency, I'm leaning hard on the home side to take the opener. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Now let's talk pitching a little more. Canning's been rock solid this year. Last week at Yankee Stadium, he gave up just 2 runs, nothing flashy, just reliable. That's now 8 out of 9 starts where he's allowed 2 or fewer. He's bringing a 2.47 earned run average and a 1.29 WHIP into this one, with 46 strikeouts against 17 walks over 47.1 innings. Not only that, but the Mets bullpen and rotation are leading MLB in earned run average and have allowed the fewest homers in the league. If they can hold off the Dodgers' big bats early, and if Canning gives them 5 clean innings again, it sets up well for a low-scoring grind. I like the Mets to do some damage against Kershaw, sure, but I'm not expecting a slugfest either. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Guardians versus Detroit Tigers. The Cleveland Guardians are set to take on the Detroit Tigers in a matchup between two teams trying to gain ground in the American League Central Division. The Guardians, currently holding a 27-22 record, have picked up a bit of momentum with back-to-back wins. That puts them in second place in the division standings. Meanwhile, the Tigers have been rolling, sitting at 33-18, which gives them the best overall record in the division. Both clubs are aiming to tighten their grip in the standings, making this a crucial series for both sides. When you look at how Cleveland performs as an underdog on the road, the numbers are pretty impressive. They've covered the run line in 61.1% of those games so far this season. They've also done well in division matchups overall, covering in nearly 69% of those contests. On the flip side, Detroit has played solid ball at home, covering the run line in 56.5% of their games at Comerica Park. They've also been good at bouncing back after losses, covering in just under 65% of those situations. But if you dig a little deeper, there's a bit of vulnerability when the Tigers are in the home favorite role. They've only covered the run line 47.1% of the time in that spot. Considering all of these trends, Cleveland looks like a team worth backing in this one. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Guardians money line is our full game side pick. Lately, both of these teams have been involved in plenty of high-scoring games, and the stats back that up. Cleveland games have gone over the total in 54.2% of their outings this season, showing a consistent lean toward offensive production. Detroit has been even more inclined to the over, with 57.9% of their games eclipsing the total line. One thing to note, when the Tigers have had a day of rest, their games have hit the over every single time, which is a wild stat. And at home, Detroit's bats have been alive, with the team putting up an average of 5.3 runs per game. All things considered, this one looks primed for another high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego Padres versus Atlanta Braves. The San Diego Padres begin a 3-game road series on Friday night against the Atlanta Braves. At first glance, the pitching matchup might seem to give the Padres an edge, but a closer inspection tells a different story. Pivetta's performance on the road this season has been rocky, with an earned run average north of 5. He's also surrendered 4 home runs across his last 3 starts, and the Padres have come up short in both of his most recent outings. Known for being unpredictable on the mound, Pivetta's inconsistency is tough to trust here. On the other side, Braves starter Holmes has looked sharp at home this season, posting a solid 2.63 earned run average over 5 appearances at Truist Park. He's coming off a quality outing in Boston, which unfortunately unraveled thanks to his bullpen. The Braves' offense is heating up too, batting .272 over their last 10 games with 7 home runs during that stretch. Meanwhile, the Padres are sliding in the wrong direction, and there's little reason to expect that trend to reverse in this spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. Even with recent improvement at the plate, the Braves have not been lighting up the scoreboard overall, just 2-3 to the over in their last 5 games. Holmes has seen the under hit in 3 of his last 5 outings, and his sub-3 earned run average at home supports a slower paced game. For the Padres, 3 of Pivetta's last 5 starts have also gone under the number. When these two teams have faced off recently, 3 of the first 4 games stay below the total. Pivetta's 2025 season, despite some hiccups, includes stretches of dominance, and with Sale trending back toward his Cy Young caliber form. Though not in this matchup, it's easy to envision a low-scoring game overall. The Padres have hit the under in 5 of their last 7 contests and are just 8-12 this season following a loss. Atlanta has been trending heavily to the under too, with a 2-8-1 over-under record in their last 11 games. Their overall season record sits at 18-26-4, including a 7-13-2 mark at home. All signs point to a game where runs are at a premium. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Rangers versus Chicago White Sox. Texas heads into Friday night's matchup against Chicago at Wright Field looking to climb the American League West ladder. This game kicks off a 3-game series between two teams trending in opposite directions. While the Rangers are treading water at .500, the White Sox are sinking fast. Chicago has dropped 6 of its last 7 contests and continues to struggle across the board. Texas, meanwhile, split its last 4 road games and seems to be in a better position, especially when it comes to facing right-handed pitching. The Rangers haven't been dominant, but they've shown they can do enough damage against righties to make a difference. That matters with Burke on the hill for the Sox. He's given up 8 runs in his last 3 outings and hasn't looked sharp lately. Add in the fact that Chicago's bullpen ranks 7th worst in the league, and it's hard to see them shutting down Texas Texas over 9 innings. Offensively, the White Sox have been ice cold against right-handed pitching, and that trend isn't likely to change in this one. Maul will be taking the mound for the Rangers, and he's been steady, just 4 earned runs allowed over his last 3 starts. He's been dependable all season and should be able to keep Chicago's bats quiet again here. Both teams are limping a bit. Texas has dropped 4 straight, but only one of them is still within reach of a postseason chase. The Rangers sit at .500 and are at least competitive. Chicago, on the other hand, owns the fewest wins in the American League and is dead last in team batting average. They don't rank in the top 20 in the majors for either runs scored or earned run average. Burke had a brief run of competence, but he got rocked for 6 earned in his last start and has a season earned run average hovering closer to 5. He's been tagged for 5 or more runs in 3 starts already. The Rangers aren't exactly a powerhouse. They rank just 26th in team batting average, but this matchup tilts their way. They'll get to Burke eventually, and the Sox bullpen won't do much to stop the bleeding. Don't expect a fireworks show from Texas, but they'll do enough at the plate, and Maul should take care of business on the mound. He's tied for 3rd in earned run average and hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any of his 10 starts. That's consistency. Texas is stronger on both sides of the ball and should take the opener. As our first pick for this matchup, the Texas Rangers money line is our full game side pick. This is also shaping up to be a low-scoring affair. The Rangers have hit the under in 4 straight games, and the White Sox have gone under in 2 of their last 3. Texas is averaging just 3.42 runs per game on the season, and they've been even quieter recently, just 2.67 runs per game across their last 3. Against right-handed pitchers, they're hitting a weak .231. And now they're facing a starter who's allowed 6 runs over his last 3 home appearances. The White Sox haven't fared any better. They average only 3.28 runs per game and just 2.33 over their last 3. They're hitting an abysmal .214 against right-handers and get Maul, who's been a problem for just about every lineup he's faced. He's only allowed 5 runs over his last 3 road starts and hasn't given up more than 2 in a single game all year. Recent history backs up the under 2. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these 2 teams have gone that way. With weak offenses, capable starting pitching, and underwhelming hitting numbers on both sides, there's no reason to expect anything different this time. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.